Cinema 5D's NAB show coverage. Sponsored by 16:9 Inc., the Blackbird Stabilizer, Genie Rigs, LCDVF, the Viewfinder Company, and the J Rod Store. Cinema 5D, the forum for DSLR filmmakers.
So we're here looking at the new Atomos Ninja, which is a portable field recorder that records into the Apple ProRes codec. And ProRes has been around for about 4 years, and it's a really quite incredibly high quality codec. At its highest bit rate, it's visually lossless. And what we're able to do with the Ninja is we're able to bring the workflow to the camera rather than the camera to the workflow. And I'm going to show you what we mean by that. So it's very compact, it's made out of aircraft quality aluminium, and it uses the HDMI output from any camera, and it feeds the uncompressed input into the Ninja, where it is compressed, it's encoded into Apple ProRes. Now, just to put this in perspective, a typical camera, this is a slightly older HDV camera, which would have encoded to around 20 megabits per second, and the Ninja is going to encode to 220 megabits per second. So whichever camera you use this with, we guarantee that it will give you the best picture you've ever seen from that camera. The really exciting thing for people who want to do movies on a budget is that even with older, low-end camcorders, you're actually releasing the potential of the optics and the sensor, and you are going to get a much better picture that you've ever seen from that camera using this device. Now, just to explain exactly what this is, it's actually a hardware ProRes encoder, so even at the highest quality, it records effortlessly because it's hardware. It's not like you've got a processor that's running out of cycles. That's what it does. It's just like sending water through a pipe. That's what it does. There's no stress with it at all. It's got a very easy to use user interface. We spent a lot of time developing this because people get fed up with using hostile, obscure menus. So we have brightly colored icons, and you can see red for record, green for play, and then we have a monitor function, and you can see that it bursts into life, showing us the live feed from the camera. So in addition to being a hardware ProRes encoder, it's also a very useful field monitor. So if we go back out to the interface, just to show you very, very quickly, we're now recording at 220 megabits per second ProRes, and we can see exactly what we're recording there. Let's come out of that and stop the recording. And again, just to quickly summarize, when you've recorded, you take the drive out of here and you put it into this docking station that comes with the unit, all part of the overall price, and you have USB 2 and 3, and you have Firewire 800, so you've got plenty of connectivity options with this, and that's where you put the drive in. So going back to this, let's have a quick walk around the user interface. Up here in the top left-hand corner, you have the frame rate, which is automatically detected by this device. So whatever you set the camera to, this will follow. It's telling us here that we're recording into ProRes. I've got LT selected, which is the lower bit rate one, and on this drive, it will give us 3 hours record time with what's left on the drive. And so we can cycle through. Here's ProRes HQ. I'd recommend, if you've got enough storage, I'd recommend you always use that, because why not record in the highest quality you possibly can. You can also use solid state SSDs, 2.5 inch. They just fit into this empty caddy, and these are almost free. They're about $6 each. You can buy 5 for $30. And so you put your drive in here, slot it into there. It's very important to realize that you use absolutely standard drives that you would buy in Fries, for example. 250 gig drive from Fries will cost about $50. This really is commodity storage. That's the groundbreaking thing about this product, that you no longer have to worry about the finances. If you're using S/S cards, P2 cards, any of the flash-based systems, they cost orders of magnitude more than this incredibly cheap commodity drive resource. So it changes the way you do your productions. You no longer have this financial worry. Okay, so just going back into the user interface, very, very simple icons, and let's show you how the file system works with this, because obviously you need to be able to find the stuff you've recorded. So we work in scenes, shots, and takes. Think of it as a folder system, and so we seem to have a lot on this drive already, but let's say we want to record scene number 233 and shot 5. So scene 233, shot 5, your next take will be take 1, and then you'll have take 2 and take 3. Now when you bring this into Final Cut, for example, if you use the file and import folder option, you will see this folder hierarchy, and your clips are there for you to drag and drop to the timeline. There's no logging, there's none of this tedious process of capturing, ingesting. If your main concern is to get some news, get it onto the timeline and get it out onto the web or whatever, this is the fastest possible workflow. So just to absolutely reiterate what the workflow is with this, let's just take the drive out. It's latched in, there's a latch there, and you can't take the drive out if it's latched. You don't have to turn it off. You pull the latch, there's the drive, and it goes straight into the dock like that. Now, within 5 seconds, you will get a disk icon on your computer, and it will say Ninja, and then you can do whatever you like with the files. They're just ready to go. It's the fastest possible workflow. And so, to sum up, this is an absolutely groundbreaking product for several reasons. Too many reasons to list here, but the fundamental ones are, it frees you from worries about the cost of storage. There are many products out there now that appear to do similar things. In the first place, they don't have a monitor, they don't have a touch screen. So with this you have infinite upgradability because you have a touch screen, you have programmable hardware, so we can add new codecs, all kinds of new features that nobody's even thought about. Because it's a touch screen, we can just add applications as we go on. And of course, the best thing about it is that almost anybody can afford this device. It's $995. It includes, if we can have a look at this carry case, it includes the docking station with all its connectivity. It includes a Ninja, obviously, 2 batteries. The batteries will give you up to 5 hours each, typically 2.5 hours to 5 hours for each of the batteries. So included in the price, you get up to 10 hours record time. You have a twin battery charger, and you get 2 of these caddies. This has such a low cost, you can attach this to almost any camera. The way to think about this, if I had one sentence in which to describe this, is you have a device in the palm of your hand and you can record 20 hours of cinema quality video. And we have a poster behind us on this booth, which is, I think it's 34 feet by 16 feet. And the reason we have that is to make the point that that is the size of screen you can show this video on. That is the sort of quality you can get from the cameras around today. It is genuine cinema quality video, all for $995. We now have the Samurai coming out later this year, hopefully in the summer, and that has an SDI input. It has a larger screen, very high resolution, 5-inch screen. It will also do automatic pull-down removal. So closely related to the Ninja, works in exactly the same way. but that will work with any camera with an SDI output. So we have a complete range of products. There are more to come that we haven't announced. It's a very exciting time for Atomos. This is our first NAB. We've been very, very busy. We're taking a huge number of orders, and we think this is a great product for almost every sector of the video industry.